My sister's like a cruel goddess to me. She's a real looker, but she's got sticky fingers, if you know what I mean. Of course, folks don't think much of her, but she don't give a hoot because she's popular with the fellas. Grace, my sister, grew up spoiled rotten, being the first grandchild and all. She's a real piece of work, selfish to the bone. Once she figured I was easy pickings, she started swiping my stuff. Cute pencils, favorite dolls, even boyfriends. When I'd tell Mom, she'd just say, "You gotta put up with it, she's your sister." And if Grace found out I squealed, she'd rough me up. "Don't go blabbing nonsense just because you're ugly. You're just green with envy over my good looks. It's downright pathetic. If you're that jealous, why don't you try some skincare or something?" I was miserable at home. No one helped, not my folks, not the teachers, not my pals. Today's Grace's belated wedding. A nightmare, I tell you. First time down the aisle at 45, but she's nabbed some big shots, son. I bet she stole him from someone. Poor ex-girlfriend, whoever she is. Grace is knocked up, so she's got a bit of a bump. I don't want to be at this shindig, but family's family, so here I am. Then, smack in the middle of the ceremony, my little girl pipes up. "He's not Daddy. It's not him, is it? She's kicking the baby, right? Daddy?" She looked at my husband. Everyone's frozen. "You see, my daughter. I'm Sarah, 40 years old. Homemaker with a 4-year-old, Mia, and a husband, Tyler, same age as me. Tyler's sweet, dotes on our girl. I got hitched to Tyler late in life, for reasons. Had Mia at 36, bit long in the tooth for it. She's the apple of my eye. I was counting my blessings. Late bloomer Mia and my sweetheart Tyler. That's all I need. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna be home late from now on," Tyler says, fiddling with his tie. "Really? More overtime?" "Something like that. Got tapped to lead a new project. So I'll be getting home late, might not make it back some nights." "Got it. Don't worry about Mia. Good luck at work." Tyler's good about keeping me in the loop. Sure, he's got work drinks and stuff, but he always lets me know if he's gonna miss dinner. So far, no fights. I drop 4-year-old Mia off at preschool, head home, and there's someone at the door. It's Grace. Trying to look young despite her age. "Oh, Sarah. Long time no see. Got a sec?" Dang it, I don't want to see her. Every time we meet, she swipes something. Always my stuff, too. I don't want this. "Hey!" I stammer. Grace is grinning like the cat that got the cream. "Oh my, what's wrong? Jealous of my style? Poor thing, with a kid, all your money goes to them. Can't dress nice yourself. What a shame, having such a pretty sister but being so plain." Here we go, Grace's put-downs. "Honestly, you're the one with bad taste. Caked on makeup, dressing like a teenager. Doesn't suit your age at all. Spend your money how you want, but don't come here looking like that." "What? You show up out of the blue, what do you want?" "Don't be so cold. I've got something to tell you. I'm coming in. Skip the tea, just give me some iced tea. The front door's unlocked today of all days." Grace barges in, knowing or not. The nerve of her. Coming in without asking. And demanding iced tea? This ain't your house. I swallow my anger and go inside. "So, what's this about? You're so frosty." "Well, guess what? I'm getting hitched. To the next CEO, no less." "Oh, really?" This is a shocker. Grace, who's been through men like tissues, is finally settling down. I'm surprised she picked just one guy. Or did she snatch him from someone else? "Hey. You mean, is it his baby?" "You got it. We're having a shotgun wedding, but we're tying the knot." "I see. So, I want you at the wedding. It'd be weird if my sister wasn't there. And since you've got a kid, you can bring your niece Mia too. But if she acts up, you're out, got it? Sounds like I'm invited with strings attached. Oh, and listen. This bag, these clothes, he bought them all for me. Oh, you noticed? This engagement ring? It's one of a kind, made by a designer. Grace keeps bragging. She's all ears for her own stories, but never listens to others. Oh yeah, where's Tyler? Gotta tell him too. Where's he at? At work? If you're done, I'd like you to leave. I've got chores to do. Oh right. I guess that's how it is for regular folks. At his family's place, they've got 3 maids. I'll need them too. Can't be washing dishes, it'll ruin my hands. I try to shoo Grace out without causing a scene. As she's leaving, she gives me this wicked grin. Is she that happy about marrying rich? What's with that smirk? She loves looking down on people that much? Hasn't changed since school. But knowing Grace, something's off. She's got a rich boy, but she still looks like she wants more. Why? Oh shoot, the laundry! I get back to my chores. She could have just called about the wedding, why come all the way here? Grace loves being mean to me. Better not pay her much mind. We're family, so I'll give a gift, but if I send baby presents, she'll probably call it cheap taste. Gotta talk to Mom. But what's this uneasy feeling? Well, when Grace smiles, someone's usually crying. Hope it's not me this time. I sent Tyler a message about Grace's wedding. He's at work, don't want to bother him with a call. He replied faster than I expected. Oh, your sister's wedding? Yeah, I know. She called all excited, told me the date. I'll check with my boss about taking time off. She was all where's Tyler, at the house, but she'd already contacted him? How does Grace have Tyler's contact? What's going on? I've been careful not to let Grace meet Tyler, except for family introductions. Even during holidays, I make sure we don't overlap with when Grace comes home. Well, Tyler's a sweetheart, but he's a grown man. He's not a kid like Grace. Should be fine, but I can't shake this feeling. I went to pick up Mia from preschool. It's walking distance from home. The teacher said Mia dozed off during snack time today. Did you play a lot today? How about your friends? Yeah, I played. Hey, Mommy, where's Daddy now? Is he meeting someone? Daddy's at work. He's probably meeting with clients or coworkers. Oh, okay. Mia sounds like she gets it, but also like she doesn't. Mia's my baby girl, born when I was 36. It was a late pregnancy, but she came out healthy and strong. She's my treasure. I've had a few boyfriends before Tyler, but Grace snatched them all, except him. Honestly, Grace has terrible taste in men. A woman once showed up at our place, saying Grace stole her fiancé. She's the worst, a real man-eater. When I had Mia, she had the nerve to call her a late-in-life baby, even though she wasn't even married herself. I really don't want to go to her wedding. Mommy? I snap back to reality and see Mia looking up at me. Yes, sweetie? You look scared. What's wrong, Mommy? Oh, it's nothing, honey. I was just thinking about something. I squeeze Mia's hand that I've been holding. Everything's fine. I mutter, almost like I'm trying to convince myself. When we get home, I notice a message from Tyler. I'm gonna be late tonight, so don't wait up. Might drop off some laundry, but don't worry about dinner for me. He's always so thoughtful. I decide to follow his advice. A few days later, out of the blue, Mom calls. Sarah, you got a minute? Oh, hi Mom. What's up? Well, this is kinda awkward, but there's gonna be a pre-party for us before Grace's wedding. Thing is, Grace doesn't want you there. Is that so? I couldn't care less. It stings a bit, but I get over it quick. Truth is, I'd hate to go to Grace's party anyway. She's probably already bad-mouthing me to her rich fiancé or his folks. I'd rather pass. So, Sarah, I hate to ask this, but could we say you caught a cold and do the meetup without you? Grace won't budge otherwise. I'm really sorry about this. Don't sweat it, Mom. It's nothing new, right? I'm fine. I'll still come to the wedding, so don't worry. Mom keeps apologizing as we hang up. A daughter shouldn't stress out her aging mother like this. Seriously, where's her common sense? Putting Mom through this. And remember when she got into college? She threw a fit about needing to go to a private school, then when Grandma gave her money, she just ditched me to hang out with her. Didn't even say thanks. She's totally lost it. What a piece of work. I'm fuming as I wash the dishes. Then it hits me. Grace barely does any housework, if at all. Dishes, laundry, cleaning, tidying up, she dumps it all on me and then takes credit. How's someone like that gonna raise a child? All I can do is pray nothing terrible happens. Then, a message from Tyler. Gonna be late again tonight, just coming home to change. Sorry for always making you wait. Thanks for taking care of the house and Mia. I might not have money or status, but I've got a kind husband. That's all I need, and I don't want anything more. I heard later that instead of inviting me, Grace asked our cousin to the party. I wouldn't have gone anyway, but that really ticks me off. I know I was supposed to be sick, but I didn't expect her to invite our cousin instead. Grace hates me as much as I hate her. Grace's wedding's in the fall, and it's summer now. But thinking about her wedding stresses me out more every day. I barely see Tyler these days. With our schedules all messed up, even Mia keeps asking, "Where's Daddy?" Then one day, she says, "I saw a strange lady in my dream." Huh? I freeze up. I've never let Mia meet Grace, because who knows what she'd fill her head with. Could Mia have seen Grace in her dream? Really? My voice is shaking. In the end, we never figure out who Mia saw in her dream. Then comes Grace's wedding day. Surprisingly, a bunch of Grace's old friends show up. Some of them even had their boyfriends stolen by her and came crying to our house back then. No idea why they're here now. Didn't expect to see them at all. She probably just wanted to brag about having tons of friends, but it must be awkward for them. How'd she talk them into coming? But they're idiots for showing up if they've got bad memories. I head to the family-only room. There's Grace, 45 years old, jumping around like a kid in a flashy wedding dress. Mom, look! I picked this out to impress his family. Isn't it amazing? My fiancé paid for it, so it was free. Free! You don't see fancy duds like this every day. It'll be something to remember me by. Grace is yelling like a banshee. She's worse than a kid. It's embarrassing just watching her. What on earth did that rich boy see in my sister? Grace brags nonstop to our parents. Then it's time, and I wait in the chapel with Tyler and Mia for Grace to show up. The groom's side is full of bigwigs from famous companies. The bride's side is packed with her so-called friends. It's time. Music starts playing in the chapel. The MC gives a quick rundown of Grace and the guy's story, and then Grace appears on the aisle with Dad. Grace, with her little bump, looks happy. But thinking about all the people she's stepped on to get here, I can't bring myself to feel happy for her. As everyone's clapping, Mia asks me, "Mommy, who's that?" That's the man who's gonna be Grace's husband. Mommy's big sister has got his baby. Suddenly, Mia slips past my hand and stands in the aisle. Mia? Grace, that's not right. The baby's daddy, it's him, isn't it? Mia points at Tyler, sitting next to me. Mia, what are you saying? I saw it in my dream. Daddy and Mommy's sister hugging. It's true. The bride's family starts buzzing. I turn pale and glare at Tyler. Truth is, Mia sometimes has these prophetic dreams. No wonder our relatives, especially my uncle, are freaking out. After all, when Mia woke up from a nap and said something weird, my uncle took a taxi instead of driving to work. Turns out there was a big accident on his usual route, and he dodged a bullet. That's why some of our relatives believe in Mia's prophetic dreams. Tyler knows about this too, of course. I saw it in my dream. I saw it in my dream. Mia shouts, trying to make everyone believe her. Then my uncle, who dodged that accident, comes running over. Thanks for telling us, Mia. We're gonna head out now. Uncle? I guess karma's coming back to bite us. All the bride's relatives stand up at once. We ain't staying for some homewrecker's wedding. Let's get out of here. What a buzzkill. I don't have time for this nonsense. We came all this way for a cheater's wedding? The bride's family starts filing out. Grace's so-called friends stand up too. You tricked me into coming as a friend, but I'm leaving. I was an idiot to come to this. I won't let you blackmail me anymore. Don't ever contact me again. Wait, everyone. You're gonna believe some kid? That's crazy. It's just a kid talking nonsense. Grace tries to stop her friends, but they keep leaving. Meanwhile, I pick up Mia and say to Tyler. Tyler, you know what I'm gonna say, right? No, it's not like that. You're the worst. Come on, Mia, we're going. With the wedding completely ruined, an angry Grace says. What the hell are you saying? This is all because of your stupid kid. You owe me damages. You think you can wreck my life and get away with it? Holding Mia, I slap Grace with all my might. She's stunned. The MC's voice echoes through the hall, trying to smooth things over. Stop following me around, you idiot. What's so fun about tricking, threatening, and lying to people? You even took my husband in the end. Were you hooking up with that rich boy too? Well, you've embarrassed a famous company's heir now, so don't think you're gonna get off easy. You just couldn't keep your hands off other people's stuff till the very end. You better face the consequences. I start to leave the hall, leaving Tyler and my crying parents behind. The last thing I see is the groom's family yelling at Grace. What's the meaning of this? This is gonna ruin our company's reputation. Do you know how many guests we invited after this? You shameless, good-for-nothing woman. As I exit the hall, 2 of my cousins run up to me. Man, that felt good. Thanks, Mia. I still haven't forgiven that woman for stealing my eraser. Yeah, and she wrote idiot in big letters on my brand new notebook when she realized she couldn't keep it. Thanks, Mia. Outside, the relatives waiting for taxis are all bad-mouthing Grace. She might be pretty, but her personality's just rotten to the core. We all know how much Sarah's suffered because of her. You said it. The relatives leave one by one in taxis. Meanwhile, dozens of the groom's guests start arriving. Grace must be in hot water now, but that's not my problem anymore. I head home, call the preschool to say me'll be out for a while, pack some clothes and books for us, and head to my parents' house. I've got a key. Later, when my parents come home crying, I say something bold for the first time in my life. I'm gonna divorce him, so let me stay here for a while. I'd never have gotten away with that before, but this time they let it slide. After a while, Mom says, "You were right all along. I'm sorry we ignored you. We can't trust Grace anymore. Sarah, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me." Mom, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I leave Mia with my parents and go meet Tyler to discuss the divorce. He doesn't run away and signs the papers. The truth is, your sister came onto me, and I gave in to temptation. I'm really sorry, Sarah. I feel so ashamed. Then Tyler asks if we can work things out, but I flat out refuse. Why don't you marry my sister? Isn't that what the baby wants? Please forgive me. And I'll pay child support, I promise. What are you talking about? There's no way I can forgive you. No way. Then, can we call off the divorce? Call it off? Are you kidding me? I hired a private eye, and we've got proof. Your project excuse for coming home late was a lie too, and you're still trying to pull this crap? You were meeting my sister in secret, weren't you? Must have been fun. Well, we didn't meet that often. Save your excuses, you scumbag. Look at you, can't even talk back when your wife's telling you off. Serves you right. Tyler's speechless. I make sure the divorce papers are filled out correctly and leave the house. As I'm walking out, I say loud enough for Tyler to hear, "See ya, loser." Make sure paying that child support. I take the train back to my parents' place. When I get to the front door, I hear a commotion inside. Grace is there. You're gonna believe what that stupid niece said? Are you crazy? Taking a 4-year-old's words seriously. In the living room, Grace is throwing a fit about the wedding being called off. I peek in and see that Mom and Mia aren't there. Looks like they're in another room. Dad's dealing with Grace, looking fed up. Hey, Dad. Am I saying anything weird? I was just having a little fun. Why'd it have to end up like this? It's all Sarah's fault. Now I'm getting sued for damages, come on. Dad, help me out here. Don't abandon me. I've had it up to here with you. I'm cutting ties. What do you mean it's Sarah's fault? Sarah didn't do anything wrong. I heard about all your misdeeds from your so-called friends and Sarah. I've been turning a blind eye, but I can't take it anymore. I never want to see you again. Get out. Dad, don't you love your daughter? I've got a baby. You mean Tyler's baby, right? I can't hold back anymore and stride into the living room. This is all your fault. Your stupid kid blabbed and ruined everything. How am I supposed to raise this kid now? Grace is playing the victim, all emotional. It's pathetic. I keep going. Some last fling before getting hitched, huh? What a nasty game you play. Stealing other people's boyfriends left and right, with that pretty face hiding a demon inside. But hey, isn't this what you get for being such a terrible person? Ever heard of karma? Maybe look it up in a dictionary? What did you say? Dad, did you hear that? I didn't do anything wrong, so why do I have to go through this? Dad, you always praised me for being pretty, right? Your daughter's in trouble. Help me out. Dad slams his hand on the dining table. Even Grace and I are shocked. I don't want a daughter who brings shame to the family. Sarah's my only daughter now. I've been giving you thousands of dollars every month as pocket money, but that's over. From now on, you're on your own. You're 45, for crying out loud. Stop relying on your parents. Well, still getting an allowance at 45, huh? Shut up. You keep your trap shut. Grace's wailing face ain't pretty no more, just plain ugly. She's like a cornered animal. Hey, Grace, can I ask you something? What? You ain't working for any company, right? You always quit jobs quick, so how'd you find that rich boy? That was a friend introduced us. What's wrong with that? We just met through a friend. So this report's all lies then? Report? Sarah, let me see that. I hand the private eyes report to Dad before Grace can snatch it. His eyes go wide. What the? Working at a nightclub? And that's where you met the guy? Seems she was quite popular. Who knows if the baby's even Tyler's? If the girl's playing around, the guy probably was too. How much more are you gonna disappoint us? That's it. Get out of this house. I won't recognize any child you have as my grandchild. No way. You promised you'd give me money when I had the baby. You're gonna break that promise? And you won't even accept your own grandchild? That's too cruel. Think of the poor baby. Now Grace starts sobbing. If this is an act, she'd sweep the Oscars. 1 minute she's screaming hysterically, the next she's crying. Quite the actress. I seize my chance to butt in. At least feel some guilt for what you've done. Cry all you want, but you're the bad guy here. You get that? Or are you gonna keep pretending you don't know and run away? At 45 years old? I really emphasize at 45 years old to drive it home. Looks like it hit her hard because now she's bawling her eyes out. But neither Dad nor I are falling for it anymore. Get out. Even if you end up in debt for life, your dad, Mom, and Sarah ain't gonna help you. You hear me? You did this to yourself. Grow up already. Always acting like a kid. You even wrecked Sarah's family. If you weren't my daughter, I'd have smacked you one by now. Don't say that. Help me out. You always said I was your pretty daughter. Grace starts sniffling again. She's really gunning for that Oscar. This'd be a blockbuster if it was a movie. She clings to Dad, squeezing out words. Please help me. I'm sorry for everything. I was wrong. Get out. Grace looks up, her face all puffy from crying. Dad says it again. Get out. I'm cutting ties with you. You're not my daughter anymore. I don't even want to see your face. No. If I leave here, I've got nowhere to go. All right. Should I call the cops? Huh? This surprises me. Cops ain't supposed to get involved in family matters. But Grace doesn't seem to know that. She starts shaking and finally says, Don't call the police. Okay, I'll leave. Grace stands up, wobbling, and leaves the living room. As she passes by, I think about tripping her, but she's pregnant after all. Can't do that. And just like that, I got my revenge after all these years. Grace looked pathetic as she left the house. I don't know what happened to Grace after that. Even if she has the baby, she's got no money or ability to raise it. I thought about calling child services, but I don't know where she is, so that's useless. I officially moved back in with my parents with Mia and enrolled her in a preschool near their place. It was busy, dealing with paperwork to leave her old preschool and all, but I got full custody of Mia. Tyler tried to get visitation rights, but I shut that down. I don't ever want to deal with that man again. I started working part-time, thinking about Mia's future. Then one day, the landline rang. I answered it. My parents were home, but glued to their TV show. Hello? Yes, that's my sister. What? I was speechless. It was the police. This is Sarah, Grace's sister, right? Well, Grace has abandoned her child and disappeared. I couldn't hear anything after that. I asked Dad to handle the call and explained the situation to Mom. They confirmed the boy Grace had was safe, but Grace had vanished. After talking it over with my parents, we decided to adopt Grace's baby. Mia was thrilled, saying yay, a little brother, about her baby cousin. But this is for the best. Better than taking a life because you can't raise it. So here I am, raising 2 kids and heading off to work another day.